spirit of nerding out and inspired by some background imagery I've seen in your videos, and actually I see a little background imagery right now. What is just one of your favorite video games?
Super Smash Brothers, obviously in the corner. That's got to be a tough one, but
Yeah.
I love Bethesda games. Skyrim,
Oh,
Fallout, the
yeah.
games that
Yep.
take like 500 hours to complete.
Yep.
That's my jam. I will go and pick up every item. I will go and upgrade every single detail. Though it takes so long, but I find it so much fun. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I get it. I got into those when I was in grad school, and for me, it was like my brother had it, so I'd played it when I got to see him. It was like I don't trust myself to have the willpower to own this by myself and not fail all my grad school courses.
Yep.
So I grew up on the Super Nintendo, so when I need some video game action, Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda, that's a tried and true one for me, and still it can kind of maintain those boundaries because it doesn't reward like those Bethesda games. Every time you jump, I can now jump a little bit higher.
Right.
And all of a sudden I'm like leaping over mountains.
And then now they introduce modifications. So now you can download different types of mods, and then you can change the game and the story, and you can get it. It doesn't end.
No.
So you just eventually see. I think I got lucky with the Xbox 360 because it used to overheat and would give you the red ring of death.
Yes.
So it tell you you're done playing games. And then now it doesn't do that anymore. So now I'm like, oh no, I have to go be an adult. So yeah.
Nice. On another kind of tangential to our field, I've also noticed in the background guitars. So I'm also a musician. Tell me a little bit about your work or your interests as a musician.
So I picked up a guitar at 14. I think I was 14 years old. I wanted to become the next Blink-182, Green Day, that pop punk era. That was me, man. That was I was obsessed with that. And then over the years, eventually it evolved from pop punk into more like metal. So then I started to get really much more into like the technical aspects, being able to do for picking, sweeping, and tapping. Like that became more of like, oh, I got to play fast.
Yeah,
as it to be faster, kind of a thing. Exactly. So all the guitars off screen in the corner, they're all those different types of things from the different signatures of Avenged Sevenfold, Atreyu, Kill Switch Engage, all of that era. Then finally got more into rock, like Breaking Benjamin and the 3 Days Grace. And I eventually went a little bit more mainstream. And then now I'm everything. It doesn't make any sense. And it drives my wife crazy because I can listen to country and be happy. I can listen to Slipknot and be happy. I can listen to like the Chainsmokers and be like, this is cool. My brain just is like, whatever now. So yeah.
No, similar. It was 17 for me. But I started teaching myself some Metallica songs. And I started reading your book, and something that very resonated. If you can do it, anybody can do it. So again, I was the total late bloomer who accidentally ended up in the music theory curriculum because I picked it as an alternate course. Because I liked learning about how to make that D sus chord. I should take that theory course, not having any idea what I was getting into. And I had an amazing teacher who took me under her wing. And by the time I left college, I had enough guitar students to pay the bills.
Cool.
So I've been fortunate to have a couple music careers: church music coordinator, online music teacher. And then March 2020 hit. It was like, Rich, you know what an online course is. We need you to stop what you're doing and help these people. And then with enough restructurings at Madison, here I am as an instructional designer.
Now, did it blow your mind when Metallica became super popular with Gen Z because of Stranger Things?
Yes, it did.
When Master of Puppets was being played everywhere, I'm like, what year is it? We like Metallica again? It was so cool.
Yes. Now the Guitar Hero and Rock Band, that helped me get acclimated because I can remember in high school, telling somebody, this Ride the Lightning album. I started listening, this is really good. And then I'm like, didn't that come out before we were born? It's how is this relevant to what I just said? Yes, it did. And it's amazing. And then I started teaching, my guitar teaching career was kind of around that rock band guitar hero thing. So like here I am teaching like 12-year-olds like how to jam on Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
And so don't get me wrong, it's still I think that was last summer with Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That still blows my mind that like them and Kate Bush are like at the pinnacle of pop culture.
Yeah.
But
it was so cool to see, and I loved seeing all the things on like on Instagram and TikTok of people just being like, play the Stranger Things song, and then you would see like a sad kid in Guitar Center being like, fine. Sorry, like yeah, it's cool. It's really cool to see now spam the next generation. It's really neat.
Yeah, and their new album is actually pretty good.
I have not listened to it. I have read many reviews though saying that it is good. So I will listen to it.
Yeah. So always fun to go on tangents.
Of course.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, how can people support your work, Luke?
If you just give me a follow. If you just Google Dr. Luke Hobson or go to drlukehobson.com, you'll find YouTube, the book, my courses, Instructional Design Institute, whatever. If you like my rambling, learning nerd teaching style, there's a lot of stuff out there online. So you can find something about me anywhere.
Well, I'm about halfway through your book. Wonderful read, and thank you for what you're doing for our field of instructional design, of just welcoming, building community, sharing knowledge. It's awesome stuff. Keep on keeping on.
Hey, well, thank you for reading it. I appreciate it. So it's good. And if you've now that we have also talked as well, if you go back in the book, you're going to notice that I write and talk in the exact same way. There's no difference. It's basically me just talking to you and being like, hey, so it's the same style. So thank you for the plug and reading the book. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, YouTube, for watching us. We'll have links in the descriptions of how we can support and follow Luke's work. Luke, thank you so much for sharing your time.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
For the latest interviews and insights from ADEIL, subscribe to this YouTube channel and join the ADEIL conversation on LinkedIn.